to the audience.
We got us?
Yep. I'm about to start it.
All right, leading with empathy. So the idea of this speech is to teach people how to be empathetic with their work environment, school environment, pretty much any environment that you're a leader in. Going to the first thing. Creating a healthy environment. Imagine if you wore glasses where you could see everybody's daily lives, see what it was made of, what it consists of. Your perspective would change on everybody's lives. And then seeing this, how would this change your perspective? How would you carry out your daily work? Someone at work could be struggling at home and you don't know it. And this could be, creating problems with their work environment. They can't perform at their best because they got something going at home and you don't know about it because you're just thinking of production. How would you face these challenges before you? How would you wake up every morning and go to work if you had these challenges? So we need to learn how to bridge gaps, walk in other people's shoes, and acknowledge that empathy is the way going forward. Using empathy can have an outstanding impact. Using this guiding principle, we can change the work environment, communities, and places around us. By listening to each other, develop a more compassionate world. The soft skill we can lead for powerful change. Let us dive into empathy and ignite collective action. Leadership skills. Now these are different skills that are required for any kind of management position. I'm in a management position currently. Empathy, that's a big one. Awareness, recognition, and leading by example. These are things that are required, and you got to know each and every single one to understand how to be a leader. Understanding empathy. The world fell apart when COVID-19 came around. This event alone produced a lot of changes. It made everyone stay-at-home orders. That affected everybody. Deaths. That was a big thing. Deaths. People's families dying. And that's why it's crucial to understanding empathy because people face a lot of challenges. A lot of people lost their jobs, businesses. So even if they didn't lose their business or job, they really had no control over what happened. And this just kind of helps you understand why empathy is needed. And this alone can spark change into a lot of different aspects throughout any business. So when someone is not recognized for their hard work, they will become less productive. They will feel as if you are driving, and nothing. They don't feel appreciated and just feel like they're essentially being used. So understanding empathy, that's crucial to become leading with empathy. Becoming a leader. So you have to create an environment to become a leader. Motivate, never manipulate a person. So that can consist of, you know, you want to push drive. You want to give them ownership of something, especially at work where I work. You want to give them, hey, this is your responsibility, and you don't want to, manipulate someone, lie about things to get them to work harder. I've seen it happen. That is just it's not what we're supposed to do. Get to understand your people. This is very important. Just taking 15 minutes to step in, ask them how their day is going, talk about their personal life, see what they got going on, and that's another way to bridge gaps and find out about that empathy step. To understand, hey, they have challenges at home, so, and let them know you're there for them. I know where I work, we offer a lot of resources to help things like that. So, yeah. Actively listening. So that would be asking open-ended questions. Instead of, them talking and then you try to talk over them, let them talk, right? And then ask a question. Hey, what about this? Or what about that? And just kind of ask questions about what they said to make them feel that you're actually listening. And it's important to actually listen, not to just use that as a skill. Like I said, motivate, never manipulate. Awareness, that's crucial. You got to be aware of, how are they coming in? If they come in all week long and they're working hard, and then they come in Thursday, right? I've had this happen. They come in Thursday, that's just a day of the week I'm naming, and all of a sudden their performance drops. And what do? Do I just, I'm gonna bring them in the office and coach them for not working hard? No. You go up to them, ask them if they're okay, and see what you can do to motivate them. I've had instances where people just totally disregard that and they don't even think. Now, if someone's consistently not working, now that's a different story. That person, that's a different topic. So showing strength and not weaknesses. So I get a lot of stress put on my shoulders for things I have to get done daily. And taking all that stress and focusing into, okay, what can I do throughout the day to make everyone productive? And a good example would be like, my boss just told me to do this, this, and this, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, and da-da-da-da-da. That's showing your team that you're weak. You're not going to get nowhere with that. So instead, what you do, okay, kind of make a list in your head of what you need to do, and just tackle every little detail. So like, okay, you're going to go do this, you're going to do that, and you're going to do this, instead of, don't never let them see that you're overwhelmed with your job. So building trust. You want to be able to build trust with each and every person on your team, and you don't want them to despise you. You talk bad behind their back. You talk bad behind their back. That won't be good. Because then, I could go up to, no matter what their performance is, what I think of them, how I feel about them, I'm not going to go to someone else on my team and say, hey, da-da-da, I don't like da-da-da because the da-da-da and blah, blah, blah. Because then guess what? They're going to say it to this person, and that person's going to say it to that person, and it's eventually just going to wrap right back to that person. And then they're not going to trust you. They're going to, they're not going to trust you. So there's a fine line with empathy. You need to balance it. You can't be over empathetic. Because if you're over empathetic, then people will start to step on you. You need to, have a stern and show grit in your character. Be empathetic when it's necessary. Like I said, if someone gives 100% all week, and then Thursday they just walk in and they're not doing good no more. That's how you use empathy in the right way. You can use empathy in the wrong way, and you could be over empathetic about every little thing, and then hey, I came in 10 minutes late. Da 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 da. Can you not point me? And I'm like, okay, I won't. And then if that becomes a consistent thing, and you keep giving into that, that's when it becomes over empathetic. So balancing it would require, hey, no, this one time you came in late. I need you to start coming in more consistently. And tomorrow I'm not going to, today I'm going to forgive it, but tomorrow I'm not going to be so forgiving. And so that's the right way to balance empathy. So ask for ideas. Create a creative environment. I did that today. I went up to one of the guys. He's worked there for a while, and I'm his boss. So I went up to him. I was like, hey, I don't know how to do this. And he has more experience than me. He's worked there longer, right? I was like, hey, I don't know how to do this. What's a better way I could approach this situation? And he told me, and he actually had a very good idea that we used. And that alone right there empowered that individual. So it helps to create a healthy environment. Cultivating empathy. So you can, create workshops and stages to create active listening. So every morning I gather my people and we have like a 15-minute meeting, right? We talk, we joke, we laugh, ask them any concerns, comments, trivias, or jokes. Get them all going. I was like, okay, this is what we got to do for the day. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're going to do that, and then you're going to do this. But as I'm doing that, I let them, hey, what do you feel like you'd perform best at today? What do you want to do? Because if you put someone on the same task every day, they're not going to perform too great. Or they're just going to get burnt out on it. So asking them questions, hey, how do you feel about this? And da-da-da, you can kind of get an idea of, well, maybe I should put them over here today and they'll perform better, get more done. So that's always good. Role playing to create empathetic thinking. So letting them be the leader. Hey, like that used on the previous guy. How do I do this? That gives them the role play of being a leader. So any chance you can let them role play to be a leader, even though they're not a part of management, give them that opportunity. That'll also give them that empathetic thinking too of, how things work, and you can show that. So you have to balance empathy with the business policy. So whatever business, school, whatever you're in, you gotta balance that with the policy. If the policy states this and this and this, you gotta go by that. You can't just create your own rules or anything like that. So that'll, create trust throughout the team. So creating trust would be, I'm going to tell Henry to do this, and Alex to do that, and him to do that, and then I'm just going to let Joe slack off today. That's not going to create trust within the team at all. I'm letting someone just walk around and do nothing, and the rest of my people are working hard. That's gonna break that bridge, and it's gonna be hard to bridge that gap. So that's something you never want to do. You always want to create trust, and that involves improving relationships and bridging the gaps. A compassionate world. This can all bring communities together. It can bring the workplace together. A lot of different teams, it can bring them together. If you have good ideas, you can share your good ideas with a different part of the team or different areas, or whatever that looks like with any environment you're in. allowing people to know the stories instead of names. So this means getting to know the person instead of, oh, this is John. Okay, well, this is John. You know his story, you know where he's from, and you actually get to know the person. Smiling at people, that is a number one way to boost someone's day if you smile at them. People like people that smile, and if you don't smile, then no one's going to feel like they can come to you and address and show how they feel about something. And if someone really cares about their job, you want them to come to you and ask questions, and maybe they have a better way of doing something you don't know about. So you always want to be smiling. But that also goes back to balancing that empathetic thinking. You need to be able to balance it. Like I said, you can't be too empathetic. You got to be able to put your foot down. So pushing people to their new heights, I want to, instead of making someone, I have to get stuff done daily, every day. Instead of just pushing production, I want to be able to develop someone. Like today, I showed someone how to do something on a next level. I showed them how to go into the system and fix things that, not really no one would know how to do except for someone in management. So now he knows how to do that. So that gave him that push to the new height, because one day I might move up and there's going to be someone to fill my spot. So you always want to develop your people. So a lot of people, I've seen it, they get jealous. They get jealous of someone they think that's going to be better than them. The best thing to do is if someone on your team is developing and then you think, oh, well, they're better than me now, that's a good thing. You develop that person. You made them stronger and you made them a leader. So in a way, that's the hugest compliment you can get. Especially if you got someone that was shy and all of a sudden he's talkative and works hard and does everything to expectations. You did a really good job being a leader. So actively listening to ideas is very important for each person in the group. Everyone needs to listen to the ideas, management, other management, everybody. So if empathy was like having fun, you would see a lot more productivity instead of, because if you come in and, man, you think, oh, this place is depressing, hate it here, you're not going to do much, you're not going to want to be there, right? It's not going to be a healthy environment. It's, you got to be able to walk into work like, I want to be here, I'm ready to, face the challenges of the day and see some production and to the right steps. So you want to be able to paint a canvas of your environment. What do you want that to look like? Do you want it, like I said, do you want it to be a depressing place where no one wants to come? Or do you want it to be a fun place where people feel, they can talk to you and also feel like they can be productive and know what to do and how to do it, but also showing, they come into a strong leader, someone that, if they have a question, they can come to. If, there's a big old problem, I want them to feel as they can come to me and I can solve it, and eventually develop that person where they can solve it themselves. So create a canvas where you're a strong leader and you're compassionate and you care about others and how they think. How are you going to change your people? So what are you going to do, right? Are you, like I said, are you going to go in and just be, do this, do that, do this, do that, to the people that work good? No. If you have hard workers that work good and you're going in and being, just pointing your finger around, they're going to lose trust quick. And they're not going to feel like they're in a good environment. But if you recognize their hard work and you're like, hey, this is a hard worker, you go up to them, you joke, you laugh, you get to know them. Treat them like a friend, but don't become friends. There's still that fine line between boss and employee, but don't make them feel as though you're just a boss. You want to be a leader. You want to be able to jump in there with them and help them run. Empathy in action. Empathy can bridge gaps and heal wounds. If someone's feeling down, like I had a situation where someone was feeling down and I gave them a task. I gave them ownership over something and they completely fixed it and got it looking good, and it was amazing. And I helped that person grow, and he felt accomplished, you know. And then for him working so hard, I went and got him lunch, and and after that, whatever happened that morning, he totally forgot about it. The rest of the day, he was running around, joking, laughing. So being able to heal wounds is very important. I can let it start now. You know, if you are a boss, teacher, whatever the case is, you need to start applying this stuff to your everyday life. You will see a change in the people around you and the environment. When the environment is the workplace, you'll start to see more stuff done. Because when people come in motivated with a smile on their face and they like where they work, they're going to apply that. They're going to apply that energy to what they're doing, and you're going to see more stuff getting done instead of, you know, a depressing environment. They're not really going to. Fighting for kindness. So, like I said, fine line. If you see someone not getting treated right, step in. You know, don't let them get bullied or anything like that. If someone's having a hard time, you go help them. If you see another part of management treating someone that shouldn't be treated like that, you step in. You don't just stand by. No. And also, that can, you know, like my team, if someone's just not being productive at all, and the rest of my team sees that, they're gonna lose their productive. So you got to be able to put your foot down and tell that person, hey, I better start seeing performance, you know, because you don't want to bring the rest of the team down. But there's a right way to approaching that. Leading by example is the best thing you could do. It's what I do at work. When I tell someone to go do something, I jump right in there with them. You know, spear and shield, right there with them. The term I use is battle buddy. So I always give someone a battle buddy where I work, because there's a lot of things we got to get done. A lot of things. And if we don't, you know, and it could be overwhelming. So giving someone a battle buddy always helps, but they always look at me and I'm constantly doing something. And also following up, making sure they're doing good. And if they ever have a question, I show them exactly how to do it, and boom. So that creates that trust. Going back to, you know, being a leadership or being a leader. What does your canvas look like? Again, are you going to lead by example or just point your fingers around and go sit in the office? I know I used to be just a regular associate before I stepped in management, and I saw that a lot. And it made me, I was like, wow, you know, it didn't really make me motivated. It made me less motivated. So yeah, greeting your people, handshakes, fist bumps, very important. Very important to greet everybody daily on what they're doing. I do that all day long. Anytime I see someone, I greet them. Greet them, greet them, greet them. I greet everybody I see. That's very important. That shows you're not picking favorites. What I tell my team is, you have a chance to be my favorite today. You know, and that's if they reach that new height, they go over expectations, and that's how you show recognition as well. And I tell them, my favorites change, but that's daily. So I don't have one favorite, you know, so. thank you. That was my speech for leading with empathy. I hope this helps, and I hope y'all better understand. I'd like to see how this changes the way you think, and I hope this creates a better environment for y'all in your workplace, schools, and anything like that. Thank y'all.